As you're no doubt aware, the lineup at Flipperama Towers, there's no towers actually, there's no towers, Flipperama HQ, the lineup at Flipperama HQ is subject to change. And it's changed again because we've got a brand new pinball machine, which I'll show you in just a second. Over the coming, I think the coming few weeks, you're going to see quite a lot of change here if you follow the channel, and we certainly do appreciate everybody that does. Dolly Parton, which has become an absolute firm favourite of ours, that's leaving. I'll be very, very sad to see it go. I think it's fair to say absolutely the most played pinball machine since it's been here. Obviously, Deadpool is going nowhere because we're running our Deadpool challenge. We're not running that as a video, the Deadpool challenge. If you want to keep up to date on that, you're going to have to follow us on Facebook. The link is in the description below. The reason we're not making it a video, it's a competition, really. And we felt it was really, quite important. Everybody entered the competition under the same parameters, which are, it's not filmed, it's tense enough when it happens, believe it or not. We've got Jurassic Park, which I certainly don't intend it going anywhere at this point in time, because we've only just got it. And then what we're going to be doing very soon is we're going to move in Munsters on. World Cup Soccer will be moving on. There's some other exciting games coming in. We've got a Getaway High Speed 2, which is just out of shot at the moment. Godzilla is here. Batman is coming back. Then it's going back out on loan. I think we've got Roadshow coming in. We possibly might have... I'll leave it out there as a teaser. But what we do have right now is a game that lived here for only 24 hours. A game not actually purchased and sold within 24 hours for reasons I'll not go into on this video. And it's The Walking Dead. And I've got to thank John very much for loaning me this game. It's John's Champion Pub. You'll have seen John, J-Mac. He's the first, and I believe number 1, number 4 on our Games Room Tour videos. If you haven't seen our Games Room Tour videos, it's a completely separate playlist to this one. Go and check it out. John's lent us many games in the past, and continues to do so. And we thank him very much. So he's taken X-Men back, and now we've got this Walking Dead. I find it an incredibly tough game, which we'll get into all of that at the moment. And what we'll be doing is on this video, just giving a brief overview, some initial impressions. But what we won't be doing is our top 50 at the moment, which we've... okay, this is the top 50 as it stands at the moment. Spencer, who's holding the camera, has clearly been a little bit naughty and put Theatre of Magic at the top. Thank you, Spencer. Oops, there we go. Very naughty. Once we got to grips with this and we've spent 2 or 3 weeks playing it, then I'll be able to give it a better assessment in the top 50. We won't be doing that now. From what I can tell you about this game is, so I'm not going to go into massive detail because I will cover it in that video. It's a John Borg design. It's not without its flaws. I think it can be quite brutal actually. But I think what happened with this game is that Lyman Sheets came in and did the code on it, and I feel he probably really rescued this. It's a game that divides opinion, make no mistake about it. Some people, it's their favourite game. It absolutely is, I think for the coding, and even for some people because it is incredibly brutal. I think some people like that aspect of it. They're never my most favourite games. I almost prefer easier shots but a hard code. I think this... a complex code and hard shots, I find it really, really difficult. So I'll tell you now, I've put it onto a 5-ball game just so as I can demonstrate it to you. I've played, since it came back in, I've probably played about 10, 20 games on 3-ball, and I'm in the short games. I think I had a game on it that definitely didn't last a minute and a half, and that was all 3 balls. And you can see in the coding they've tried to be quite generous with the ball saves actually, and they definitely tried to code it to try and sort of, I guess, smooth over some of the, I think, and I'll call it this, and you may not agree with my opinion, as some of the obvious geometry issues that are evident in this game. We talk about theme, and we talk about theme quite a lot on this channel, and this is a really prime example of why theme is not the be-all and end-all. We've just seen Dolly Parton pinball machine a second ago. I have no love for Dolly Parton or her music, but there's something about that machine that I just think is brilliant. So I love that machine, Dolly Parton, in spite of the thing. This is quite different. I really loved this TV show. Well, okay, up until the final few series of it, or seasons, whichever you want to call it. But certainly the first 3-4 seasons of this Walking Dead franchise I thought was absolutely magnificent. I was really into it. So this is a game that should absolutely appeal to me. I was completely invested in it. I actually don't hate the way it looks. I know a lot of people think it's an ugly, hideous pinball machine. I don't. I understand if what you're going to do is have a zombie apocalyptic theme, then you're going to get some nasty old animations. You're going to get some horrible pictures, aren't you, really? So I get that. That's fine. That's all part of it. It's not that. It's the gameplay itself, which I think is incredibly brutal. So Spencer's on camera now. We're going to have... I think we'll do 2 videos today, Spence, on this. I think what we'll do is we'll continue this review. I'll have a little game. Then maybe you and I can have a game of doubles on a separate video, right?
Yep, we'll do that.
Should be a really short video. So let me just get into position A. We'll let Spencer move into position with the camera. I'm ready if you are, Spence. Ready for me to press start on it?
Holy crap!
This has got the, let's say, the adults version of the sound on it, so I might not turn it up too much. I should probably put my glasses on. It's difficult enough with the glasses. Skill shot, I haven't completely learnt yet. I do sort of... I think you've got to go up when they're both lit and then through there. Or maybe not. I didn't get it there. Okay, so the name of the game on this particular game is to hit those 3 drop targets, which I've just done, which are on the left-hand side. They will instigate the start of a mode. So I think on here you select what you want and then you plunge it, I guess. Again, I'm not entirely sure. So I've got to learn the game a little bit more. So this is very much an initial impressions video. But you certainly feel you're fighting the game all the time. But I should definitely say this is no way is this a tutorial. I don't know enough about the game at all. I think it wanted me to hit that. Does it want me to hit it again? Quite possibly. There's 2 modes running at the moment. I think I'm trying to clear the yard of zombies, and I'm in this arena mode, which I don't overly understand what it is or what I'm meant to be doing. Okay. Lost the ball. That's fine. So arena mode, I got 12 million, I think there. Now I'm guessing because I've hit arena mode. Spencer, actually, do you want to just come? I just want you to get a look on these 3 drop targets.
Yeah, sure.
Let me just stand here so you can see them. So these 3 drop targets here. When you start a mode, you have to hit to knock all of these down. Then it will give you a shot to choose, so as you can start the mode, basically. Just in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, you certainly won't be able to see them from that camera angle. So I'll plunge again, and then I've got to hit those 3 drop targets. So that was a skill shot. Oh, okay. It's allowed me to shoot again. I've got a ball save. As I say, it's very generous on here. It has to be. A lot of the time when the ball comes down past this well walker, it can drain. I mean, it didn't there. Oh dear. I've got one more drop target to get, which is I do find difficult. Oh dear. It's my aim there. No. I'm fighting it, definitely fighting it here. Oh, I actually just, I don't know if you saw that, Spencer. I actually did. Oh, I did hit it, but it wasn't enough power to knock it down. So I'll start the next ball again. I find this game particularly difficult because I find those very wide shots tricky. I find it on Godzilla, the scoop is really to the side. So I haven't scored particularly well on that ball, and now all 3 targets are back up again, so it's not going to save my progress. A lot of the balls do lead to straight down the middle on here. But that's not what's happening there, that's just my accuracy, or lack of it. I've been able to hit those 3 targets, as I'm trying to hit every time. Okay, one of them, I got a little bit of help there. And I do find myself at the start of this game trying to hit those drop targets rather than actually hitting shots and ramps and sort of enjoyable shots. Okay, all 3 are down now, and that happens such a lot. I opened up the modes, but it's so fraught with danger hitting the 3 drop targets. I got them all down, but I lost the ball, so I wasn't able to start the mode. Again, it hasn't remembered my progress, so I've got to start that all over again. So it's a tedious. It reminds me an awful lot. I think like PlayStation 1 and things like that. Do you remember, Spencer, when we used to play Tomb Raider and it would remember your progress? So you know,
you go back to a checkpoint.
You go back to a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And this is what this feels like. Okay, well, I've just done that. I got them down. I got all 3 of them down. Now I'm going to have to do it again, and it proves it difficult. And quite frankly, it's not fun.
It's quite interesting because with Dolly, you've got exactly the same scenario. It resets your progress on those drop targets. But with Dolly, it doesn't feel frustrating.
No, because the drop targets aren't vitally important. Because on Dolly, if you've already lit the letters of her name, which is really the way to progress through the game, it will keep those for you. The drop targets are just really incremental bonuses. They're not the be all and end all. They're not the gateway to the game. On this, those drop targets are the gateway to the game.
And it's going to punish you for missing them.
Yes. So the mode itself, as you saw, when I opened up the mode, I had 2 modes running. Absolutely great. Absolutely great on that. But I've spent the rest of the time on this trying to hit those 3 targets. On the second ball, I hit 2 of them down, couldn't get the third, so I wasted the ball doing it. The one you've just seen, I actually got all 3 of them down, then I lost the ball. So I am still...
So basically...
I'm no further ahead in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you've spent your entire time trying to get 3 drop targets down.
Yes, and trying to get into the game before I can actually play the game.
Wow, that's really harsh, isn't it?
And also, I don't know if I was wrong. It felt like when I was on that arena mode that I just had to keep hitting that shot. It felt that way. That was what was lit, even though there were 2 modes running. So I'm not, and this is why I'm not going to review this in the top 50 until I fully understand the game. But I'm not feeling this wonderful code that everybody speaks of on this. But I am prepared. I do know that it's there because obviously I have Batman and I used to own an Elvira, and I know how good the codes are on that. So I know Lyman Sheets was a code master. I absolutely love it. But
it's a shame that you've got to hit 3 very awkward shots to even get into that code.
But a lot of people would say, and this is why when I do the top 50, I'm going to get an absolute different opinion. That's why Neil has kindly offered to do the video, the audio for that one, because he loves this game. It is his, well, up until the last time I asked him, this was his favourite game. He used to say this would be the last game to leave his collection. So I do feel that we need the other opinion for somebody else who absolutely adores this. I think that's absolutely crucial that we find that out as well. But I know a lot of people felt that actually that was what opened the game up, that the game was awful until Lyman wrote in those 3 drop targets being the gateway to the game. And I guess I sort of get it, but if you can't get past the gateway, then we discuss on many occasions, you find yourself playing the same 20-30% of Jurassic Park, or I did. I would suggest to see I find myself playing the same 2% of this game. So for that reason, it's difficult. Maybe I can pull it round and get those targets early. Let's see. that's my fault for a lack of accuracy. Make no mistake about that. Here we go. Ooh. See, that is absolutely, mate. I've got them all 3 of them down. And that's a really... There you go. Once again, I've got all 3 of them down. And I lost the ball before I could open up the bloody mode. I find it an infuriating game, actually. It actually annoys me. It irritates. The game irritates me.
I'd like to have a go in a minute
Well, you
and
can have a go,
see what the situation
well,
is
I'll tell you
with
what,
that
we'll get
and
you
try
to have a go on this mode, but I'll tell you something now. What is, and I'm not even playing it well, the bounce pass is crucial on it. You've got to get it over to that flipper. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to hit it off this left flipper when you look at those drop targets. And unless you can consistently hit shots, you're going to lose it before you get it on here. So you're going to have to bounce pass it over. I find anyway. Better players than me will probably tell me that there's another strategy. Again, that's just my lack of accuracy. See, bounce pass it over. It's got to be. So that's one of the targets down. Oh my word. Okay, that's just fine. I've got no problem with that. That's just me not being as fast as a machine. And there you go. I think it was a decent first ball, and then the rest was absolute rubbish. I'm going to try it one more time again, and I'm going to not talk as much now. I'm just going to try and fight the machine and try and see if I can do something. So I've really got to dial that in. Do me a favour there. Okay, all 3 of them are down. And I've got control of the ball for once. Oh, okay, I got it. It's that arena one again. So I think it's looking like it just wants me to hit that arena one again. Oh, wow. It's rattly as well, that shot. It's my fault. That's absolutely my fault. Needs to get it onto that left flipper. So that's what I mean about where's this code? And it's just, okay, hit the arena shot. Well, we'll hit the arena shot again. Okay. And on the last one, I think it was, you wanted me to hit it for the 3rd time. And okay.
Your frustration is you can feel it.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so hit the 3 targets again. Okay, that's one of them.
You'll be needing to go for a long walk around the garden after this.
Well, the trouble is, it's like, you know, like they say that one game factor. Oh, well, just one more game. I mean, it just wants I just want to switch it off and play something else. It's not. It's what the opposite is. It's that one. It's got that one less game factor. That's what it has. I want to have not played it. I mean, it's just wasted my time. I could have had a cup of tea. You know what I mean? I could have had a cup of tea and some biscuits or something. I could have played Jurassic. I mean, anyway, I'm not even going to get started on that because we'll start revealing stuff about the top 50. But you know, come on. I'd rather have watched Picard season 1.
Oh crikey, that bad?
I'll tell you what, season 3's good.
Is it?
Oh, it's amazing. It's such a difference. I think someone said, I think John said they changed the writers on it. Okay, so here's this mode again. So this should be open, as long as I don't lose the ball. Okay, so let's go for these red arrow shots, shall we? For goodness sake. I mean, okay, he's given me the ball save, fortunately. I mean, ultimately, it may just be I'm just not good enough. I'm just not a good enough player for this game. It's just possibly that, you know, it's just a game for better players than me.
I'm not being funny though, but any game that is designed for much better players, you know, okay, it has a, you know, that's an incredible niche. I think any game should start with the basics and work up.
But that's why I think it had geometry issues. I think he rescued it. I think that's what happened. I think it's so badly designed by John Morg. I think what happened was that the coder, Lyman Sheeks, probably rescued the game by making it a little bit more interesting. But what they're trying, you can almost get the impression they're totally trying to cover the tracks for the because of the geometry problems. Oh, I've got a multi-ball. That's good. Oh, it's just a fight. It's a fight the whole time. And to be fair, there are elements of that. I sort of quite like trying to recover it and whatnot, but I've got an extra ball. I know it's about 10. Whew. Okay. Another extra ball's there. Okay. Do you see where it is, Spencer, the extra ball?
No, I can't see it because I'm looking on the viewfinder on the camera. Oh, I see it.
It's in that little nook there, which is...
Can you backhand it?
No way. But it's about as welcoming as that little horrible little ramp on the right of Ghostbusters.
See, I actually quite like that.
I hit it again then. Actually, you'll never see that. I can't confirm that because the angle's not right for the camera. But I actually hit that. I got it. Okay. I think I got the extra ball.
You got your extra ball.
Oh, I should have done. I bloody hit it. It didn't give it to me. Oh, that was, I don't know how that stayed out there. I was meant to be hitting the not very well walker. the ill walker.
The unwell walker.
Yes. Try and get that little extra on it, wasn't it? It's got 2 times playfield value. So, I was trying to hit that shot next to him actually. Let's try this. Let's go right up one there. Oh! Oh, come along. I'm actually trying to hit. I've been trying to hit the shot all the time, just to the side of that well walker. It's lit yellow, so it's obviously telling me to hit it. Damn it. That's it, I've got it. Okay, so it wants me to hit that orbit now, around to the left. There, which I've done. Damn it. Just trying to hit that extra ball bit then. Oh, there was another lit shot up there. Two times play for multiplier again, and there's a thing, there you go, that's what I was going to say, it's a riot. So it wants me to keep hitting that same shot over and over. Oh, but there's this yellow one lit. I've just noticed. But it seems to be the value is in hitting that same shot over and over and over. Okay.
Holy moly! That was a fight, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is what I guess is what people talk about. Once you get into it, when you have that good game, then it you know. I mean, I didn't. There was a long time I didn't lose the ball for then on that one. So yeah, it sort of redeemed itself somewhat on there. Yeah. Yes. Okay, it sort of grew on me in that, if I'm honest. I mean, I know I've got the extra ball there, but it's number one, it's a risky shot. Number two, I've actually already hit it once. It didn't give it to me, so oh, okay. That's a great animation, actually. Oh, that's a shame. But that's fine. That's not this. That can happen on any game. Okay, so that's the 3 again. Oh my goodness. Okay, ball save. But the ball save, but you see what it did? It popped the targets back up.
Yep.
Okay, all 3 of them are down again now. Okay, so it's basically, it looks like the last one, the barn. Oh, I was incredibly close to getting it then. I think that's the last. That's the only one that's flashing. Yes. So that should have lit the barn as a mode. Damn it. So I got it. I got the final mode. I just lost the ball. So technically, all of them have been lit. All of the modes are lit, which you've got Arena, Tunnel,
Yeah.
Riot, CDC and Barn. Now, I'm very aware now, because this is often what happens. Someone will watch. I've got this crossbow thing lit. Now, the Pro version doesn't have a crossbow. I know that. I'm very aware that somebody watching this video, when we put it out there, will put in the comments underneath what you should have done at this point was.
Absolutely.
But I have to say, so I know that something has to happen now because I've done all of those modes. I can also see on the inserts there's a sword. There's like a katana sword here that is unlit.
Yeah, I noticed that. Either the bulb is gone, or...
Oh, that's the point, isn't it? Yeah, okay. the obvious one. So I think I'm close to being able to do something now. But I've got to say, is it intuitive what it is? No. There's nothing on this playfield screaming out at me saying, this is what you do now to open the next bit. So I'm going to revert back to what it seems...
There's no call-outs, there's nothing on the screen, there's nothing, is there?
What it seems to... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit those 3 drop targets again. It doesn't even... You're right, you know what? You're absolutely right. I had to be given that information about the 3 drop targets. Never at any point does it say.
No. I mean, unless you're going to download a, 35-page PDF from Stern and learn how to... it's pretty crazy, really.
Okay, so that's it. So that's... I hit the 3 drop targets.
It's all gone a bit mental.
Okay, so it's clear. It wants me to hit that ramp. Oh, it's moving around. I think it's sometimes lit. Okay, now they're all lit. All the shots lit. That's gone mental. I don't know what's going on really. Oh wow! Did you see it knocked one ball into the other and trade it? Ah.
Right, the katana bulb is lit now.
I lost the ball. Damn it. Okay. Well, it was flashing, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so they're all lit.
God knows.
No idea. It's a shame that
Horde is flashing now.
Horde? Where's it flashing?
Above the katana. The big square.
Okay, so what do I do then?
God knows. I'm only reporting on what I can see.
Shoot again. This is giving me a ball save. It's a long ball save, actually, to be fair. I probably didn't deserve it. So I guess what is Horde is going to have to... I'm going to have to knock those targets out again.
Crossbow.
Whoa! Okay, that just the magnet just said, there you go, game over.
Yeah. You were a passenger on that one, weren't you?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, it was on 5 balls. I'm just gonna end it because it's not fair because it was a bit cheating. So, yeah, sorry, John, I've mucked up your scoreboard there. Okay. There we go. Walking Dead. The game lasted a lot longer than I thought it would be. I don't fully understand it. I still think it's tough. I enjoyed obviously the second part when it was going well. I enjoyed it. I still think it's brutally tough. I still think you're going to have a lot of wasted time on this game. I think if you probably get to that point that I was at there, and I have a feeling, I've heard of this Horde mode before, I have a feeling I was very close to doing something good on that game at the end there, which is great. I've got to say, just during this video, my stance on the game has softened somewhat.
Yeah, I think you were about to go for a long walk around the garden at one point because I didn't think you were going to have the second game, I'll be honest.
No, I nearly didn't. And I do find it, I mean, even that was, I guess it was a challenge. It was a battle there. I was really sort of fighting it. Yeah, Fun would be a tough one on that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to find out more about it. I don't want to give any conclusions on it yet because just I need to learn these things. It's not fair to assess a game if I don't know what shot to have next or anything like that, is it? So
you're going to have to download the PDF.
I guess so. Listen, maybe I put this video out there and people will suggest some things. I'm sure they will because I know a lot of people really love this game. And you know what? If it's going well, I can see why. I really like the theme. I'd love the idea of killing zombies, and the well walker bit was pretty good because I knew what I had to do. I could see it was going there to hit the well walker. I mean, it's gonna score a whopping 0 for is it intuitive? No, I've got a bloody clue what's going on. But I think it has some redeeming features. Let's put it that way. Particularly later on, I felt that the shots that it required me to do were moving around a bit. I mean, quite in the modes. I mean, it's basic as hell, isn't it? Just carry on hitting that same shot it's just repetitive nonsense, really. But again, I'm open to I'm open to being told, oh no, even though that was the only one that was lit, there maybe others were on there that I could have hit within that mode. But if there were, the game certainly wasn't telling me. It was when Arena one, it was saying hit Arena again. There was nothing else going
Which is
on.
great if you dialed the Arena shot in and you can replicate it over and over and over again. But
I know, but it's not some wonderful, wonderfully inventive. It's not Batman, is it?
No, it's not Batman. But then again, it's not Avengers Infinity Quest where you got to take the Well Walkers. I don't know. You got to take the katana and hit the Well Walker with it, and then give the katana to somebody else and hit them with it. And, God,
Yes. The Well Walker takes Rick's hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the Well Walker wears Rick's hat for a little bit, and then you give Rick's hat to Bicycle Girl. Yes.
And Carol takes a crossbow. And
yes.
Daryl then takes Carol's sword.
And if you had the hat with the crossbow,
and you hit the Well Walker, you get the 6 times multiplier, and that's when the real scores start.
Yes.
This is what annoys me with some of these code lines is you see people that have got scores that are just unbelievable, and how have they done it? And they start to explain how they do it, and you just think, do you know what?
But that's the simplicity with what's at the top of that list there. Okay,
absolutely.
Attack from Mars. That's the thing. You could, if both of us were playing Batman, for instance, right, we could be playing equally skilled, right, and have the same amount of luck and skill. But if I know what I'm doing and I'm hitting those multipliers, you don't stand a chance.
Not a hope in
against me. Whereas this Attack from Mars, if we're both equally skilled and we're both on the same form, both with the same luck that day, there's no secret way where basically me hitting that saucer can earn me 5 times more score than you. No, we're gonna have to match up each other, and the best person will win the game.
We've had quite a few of our doubles games where it's been really close.
Yes,
that's always a good sign in my book.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love them. I love the multipliers. I do. I think that's a great part to it. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying there is a pure honesty, if you like, to and I guess it boils down to Dolly Parton again. Don't we sort of come back to that?
We always
pure
come back to
pinball.
Dolly, don't we?
We do always come back to Dolly. There you go. So anyway, hopefully I haven't annoyed you too much on this video. If you love this game, and I am sorry. I am sorry for that. I don't think I'll ever annoy anyone ever as much as I did when I bought this Jurassic Park home pin. That seemed to really annoy some people. So I do apologise for the fury that seemed to.
That really has caused some
fights.
Well,
fights.
It's
Angst.
caused an awful lot of trolling online and all sorts of things. It's a really polarised opinion.
Yeah, but there you go. So I'm sorry if you love this game, and I was not very complimentary about it at the start. I do think it has some redeeming features, and I'm absolutely open to having my mind changed. In fact, as that game progressed, my mind started to change.
I think at the start you'd have rather eaten your own toenail clippings than had another game. But you powered through it and you were okay.
There you go. Yes. So if you do have one of these and you are finding it infuriating, maybe push through.
Or sell it.